Hi, my name is Juan Martinez, and today I'm going to be making a video on what to look for when purchasing a diamond. Now, the reason I'm making this video is simply to educate both men and women on what to look for when they're buying diamond jewelry. So it could be anything like engagement rings, earrings, it could be rings, or even chains that have diamonds, anything like that. I'm going to show you guys the basic things that you guys should know so you guys don't get ripped off when you go into these stores. I'm going to be going through the tools that I use every time I buy a diamond, and I'm going to start off with this. Now, this is a gauge, and I'm going to tell you what it's used for in a minute. The second thing I use is a diamond tester, like this one. And the third thing I use is a digital caliper, just like this one. Now, for this video, I'm going to be using this ring here. Now, this ring is just a ring that I have for sale on my website. The reason I'm going to use this one is because it has a round diamond, and round diamonds, they're really easy to measure. So it's going to be really good for this video because I'm going to be showing you guys how to measure this one. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you guys a scenario of when I walk into the store and what I look for, just so you guys could like follow my shoes in a way and see what I do, so you guys could learn something, and hopefully you guys could be also really good at appraising diamonds. I'm not a professional, but I have been doing this for about 2 to 3 years, so I really know my way around them, but I don't want to say that I'm a professional at it either, just for the fact of the video. But the first thing I do when I walk into the store is obviously I go to the showcase and I look for a ring that I really like. There's really no point in asking them to see rings that I don't really like. So I'll just go through the whole thing, and once I have my eyes set on one that I really, really like, I ask if I could see them. Now, the first thing that I do when they show me the ring is I ask if I could see the ring through a magnifying glass or a scope. Most of these stores, they do have scopes, which basically look exactly like the ones that we used to have in science class. That looks like just like a small little telescope, and then it has a little table, and you used to put stuff in there and then see it through the scope. It looks just like that, and they have one at almost every jewelry store. So what I would do would be, the first thing would be put it on the scope and just see inside of the diamond. Now, when I see inside of the diamond, I'm going to look for two things. The first thing is I'm going to be looking for cracks. And the second thing I'm going to be looking for is inclusions. Now, what's the difference between those two? Cracks is lines on the outside that signify that the diamond actually, the word for it is actual cracks. So you would see a crack. It could be like a line going from one end to the other, or it could be a line of the side, or the actual diamond might not be fully round and it has a crack on one side, almost like a chip. And if you see that in a ring, that's a no-go. And I would just go see if I find another ring that I like, because once a ring is cracked, it's pretty much worthless. There's no fixing a diamond that's cracked. So I would just skip that one all in full, and I would just go look at another one. The second thing I would look for would be inclusions. Now, inclusions, they're cut down into three categories. So in inclusions, there's carbon, there's feathers, and there's bubbles. Now, carbon, it's gonna show as little black dots. So every time you see a little black dot inside of a diamond, that's carbon. The feathers, they look exactly like a bird's feather. It looks kind of like a little small inner crack per se, and it has a small white haze to it, almost like if it was a feather. And then the third thing, the bubbles, it's gonna look like actual bubbles, kind of like when water gets frozen and then you see the little bubbles inside. It's just like that. So you're gonna see little bubbles on the inside. Or if you guys use hair gel, you know how it always has bubbles on the inside. It's gonna look like that. Now, those three things that are called inclusions, if the diamond has that, then that's fine. That inclusions is actually what makes a diamond really cheap or really expensive. If you find a diamond that has no inclusions, it's a diamond that's really expensive. And if you find a diamond that has a lot of inclusions, it's a diamond that's probably going to be really cheap in price. Now, once I saw the inclusions, if I saw inclusions, awesome. I know that the diamond's real because fake diamonds don't have inclusions. Now, if I don't see inclusions, I do get a little bit worried just because finding a diamond that has no inclusions, because they're so expensive, it's really rare to find them. So I'm always thoughtful because it's either going to be a really expensive ring or it's going to be a fake. So when I see a diamond that has no inclusions, that's when I pop out this machine. And this machine is pretty much just like a diamond tester. And the way that it works is just a machine that transmits heat into this needle point here. So that gets a little warm. It won't be warm to my hand, but to the diamond it'll be warm. And based on the way that the diamond or the gem inhales the heat, it knows if it's real or not. So it's going to tell you here diamond or moissanite. Moissanite is going to be a fake diamond, and then if it says diamond, it just means it's real. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this machine on. It takes a little while to get heated up. And the way it works is just you have to place a finger here, or 2 fingers. It could be anything as long as you have a finger here. And I assume this just makes ground. So you just grab it with the finger. I'm going to put fingers in the back. And all you have to do is just grab the diamond and put the needle right on the diamond like this. And once it goes green, that means it's a real diamond. If it were to go red, it means it's fake. And I have seen it before where I go into the jewelry stores and I see a diamond that's flawless. It doesn't have any inclusions. And I test it and it says it's a moissanite, that it's fake. So whenever I see a perfect diamond, if I don't have this, I never buy it. I have to have this. I have to have a confirmation that it is real. But most diamonds do have inclusion. So it's kind of rare to actually find one that has none. Now, the second thing. So remember, we already saw the diamond. We saw that it doesn't have any cracks. All right. And then the second thing is we verified that it is real. And now the third thing would be confirming that it's the right size. So if you walk in there and it has a tag and the tag says it's a carat, then we need to confirm that it's a carat, because the tag could say a carat, but the ring itself could be 3/4 of a carat. It could be half a carat. And it's something that your eyes really won't pick up on the size. It'll just give you a really kind of like broad estimate on what it is, but like just off your eyes, you really can't tell what it is. So you need to use these tools to be able to tell you the exact size of the diamond. Now, I'm going to be using this one. And now in this one, it's a gauge. It's a metal gauge, and it's full of little numbers here. So these little numbers, they start off by like the number 2, 3, 4, 5. They just keep getting bigger, and as they keep spinning, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now, the last one, this one, it says 105.92. So, since this is a carat, it should be really close to the one that's 105, and it should be bigger than the 92. And all you have to do to use this tool as an estimate is just place a diamond inside of the circle, like this. Right now we have it at 92, and you can tell the diamond is bigger than the 92, so we move up. And it fits really close into the one that's 105. So because it went into the one that's 105, that means that this ring is a carat. Now, I did say that this was an estimate, and another better estimate would be using this tool here. Now, this is a digital caliper, and it's basically gonna show you the size of the diameter that it has. And what you do is you simply just put it inside of the diamond, close it up like this. Remember, because it is a circle, if you get too close to the edges, it's going to give you the sizing of the edges. So you need to make sure that you get it right in the middle, like here. And it's going to say 6.58 millimeters. So if you go online, you could put carat sizes in millimeters, and it's going to give you a list. And the list is going to look something like this. Like this. So, like here, it's going to tell you a 0.50 carat ring is supposed to be 5 millimeters. Now 0.50, that means half a carat. Then 75, which is 3/4 of a carat, should be 5.7. And 1 carat should be 6.5. Now, the one that we just measured right now, it's 6.59. So, once again, we confirm that this is 1 carat. It's a 1 carat stone. So, once I already checked and I saw it through the scope, I see there's no cracks. I verified that it was real with the machine, and I verified the size. Then I'm ready to start negotiating with them. So that's when you would be I'm really interested in the ring, and then you would go forward from that. Once you're ready to confirm that there's no cracks, you confirm that the stone is real, and you confirm the size. From there, you go forward. Don't try to go in there and like bargain with them. And then check if all the things are legit. First, make sure that you like the diamond. Make sure it's priced right. Make sure that the size is right. And then talk to them. The other thing that I'm going to be showing you guys is this. This is the last thing. Now, different diamonds have different shapes. This would be just basic drawings that I made of round diamonds and how they look like from the side. Now, when you buy a diamond, always make sure that it has this shape in the middle. Never get a diamond that has kind of like a short base or a really long base. The optimal cut for a diamond would be this one in the middle. The reason for that is because this one's the one that transmits light the best. If you grab something like this or something like this, it's not going to be as shiny in the light as something like this. So always try to go for that cut. If you find a diamond like this, it has a really big, in a way, head like this one, but then you look it through the side and you see that it has this shape, I wouldn't go for that. It's not going to shine as much as something like this. Or if you see a diamond like this and it has a really long one, because I have seen some that go all the way lower from the ring up all the way to here, don't get that one either. The best light is always going to come from a ring like this. And that's it. That's my short video on what to look for when you buy a ring.